Welcome everyone. It is the time of day on this Easter Sunday to do our second test run of this plastic into fuel reactor. I have successfully mounted the second magnetron, so we're gonna have double the power as we had last time. So it's gonna be a better run. And hopefully next time we do our run, there'll be 3 on there. Like I always say, you might be able to handle 2, but most people can't handle 3 of my balls in their mouth at once. So 3 is the magic number. Tesla said it, 369. And that's really all there is to it. Now, I'm gonna get this Instagram going pretty soon here, as soon as my YouTube finishes loading. Once we get Instagram going, we're getting started pretty soon. What's up, JC Denton? What's up, man? Yes, thank you. What's up, Brad on Facebook? Thank you. Thank you. I do hope to inspire, if anything. What's going on? I don't know, YouTube. Deal with that later. Let's go ahead and go live on the Instagram so we can get started. Manoya, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. You said, I know it's not much, I'm sorry. Don't worry, Manoya, I appreciate it. Much love to you as well, thank you. Hey guys, on Instagram, we're about to test run this. Second ever test run for everybody on Instagram and Facebook. The best quality is on my YouTube live stream, so head over to YouTube if you want the best quality. Anybody that likes the hoodie, naturejab.com/merch, ancient symbols hoodie. So, guys, I have mounted the second magnetron. I don't know if you can see it from here, up on the side there. So now we're gonna test run this, and we'll have double the power that we had last time. Say good afternoon, Professor Jab. So yeah, and everybody that's in here right now, you are part of history because this is the second ever test run of this machine. So you're certainly a part of history for sure. Mr. Fusion 2 from Back to the Future. Yeah, this is the real life Mr. Fusion essentially, right? So how long before you get a gallon? I could get a gallon even now if I wanted to, but it would probably take 12 hours of running, right? We really won't start to get any type of real yields until after it has at least probably 6 magnetrons on there. Like this is so big, it takes up so much space that it needs to have a lot of magnetrons to put in a lot of power to create a lot of heat. You said, I have a question, Mr. Brown. Have you ever thought to go to a radiation doctor just to see if there's any effect? So no, I don't. And let me tell you why. Microwave radiation is it's non-ionizing. Microwave radiation does not heat things, does not cause cancer, it does not cause DNA damage. All it does is heat things up, that's it. It's just pretty much infrared heat almost. It's just like that. It's just that it travels through the waves at certain frequencies, so it's a type of radiation like that, but it's not gonna cause any type of DNA damage or anything like that. It's not possible. The waves are too big. What's up, Muhammad on YouTube? First time here, can you walk through how it works? Sure. So essentially, this is an airtight container, meaning there's no air in there. We actually vacuum out all the oxygen. And what ends up happening is, since we have microwaves mounted, we vacuum out all the oxygen. When plastic goes in there and the microwaves go in and heat up the plastic, since there's no oxygen, the plastic cannot catch on fire or burn. Instead, the plastic ends up breaking down into a vapor, which returns it to its basic constituent parts, and what are its basic constituent parts? Crude oil. Devontae, thank you for the $1 on Cash App. He said, this is all I got right now, but I'm definitely going to donate more. Thank you so much, man. Much love to you. I appreciate any and all donations. Guys on Instagram and Facebook, the best quality is on YouTube. I recommend heading over there before we get started on this test run, plastic into fuel. But yeah, so plastic cannot burn. It breaks down to its basic constituents, and its basic constituents are crude oil vapors. Crude oil. Thomas, for the $20 on Cash App, he said, don't cut your hair, love your work. Never, Thomas. Thank you so much, Thomas, for the donation on Cash App. I appreciate you. For your contribution to the Earth, the project ends in history. So, when you heat something up without oxygen, that's called pyrolysis. Pyrolysis. I am doing microwave pyrolysis because I use microwaves, and you can use any type of heat, right? That's what we're doing. So the plastic ends up being broken down, turns into a vapor, crude oil vapor. That crude oil vapor then travels through pipes and goes into a condenser, where then the liquids get condensed out of that vapor, and now it's liquids again. And we're able to do all this because plastic came from crude oil. It's a solid form of crude oil. So it's not like we're just like creating something out of nothing. We're just reverse engineering something that already exists. Maximus, thank you for the badge on Instagram. I appreciate you guys. So let us go ahead and yeah, microwaves don't have enough energy, but they're also way too big to get into your cells and DNA. They're way too big of waves. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and load some plastic in. There's already plastic in this machine, but I just want people, you know, everybody that didn't see yesterday's stream, just to know, like, have kind of a fresh start. Like, you know for a fact there's plastic in there, not like I just put nothing. I don't know what you would think. But anyway, so we're gonna put some more in there, just a little bit. Oh crap, I gotta turn my air compressor on. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta turn my air compressor on. All right. The valves on here are pneumatically controlled. That means we use compressed air to open and close these valves. So I have to turn on my air compressor. Thursday, thank you for the $4.99 super chat on YouTube. I appreciate you. All right, so what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and load this plastic in. We're gonna load, like I said, just some, not much, because there's already plastic in here. I just want to show you guys I am loading plastic in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open these valves with the compressed air. That's the top valve. This is the bottom valve opening now. Oh, great, there's not enough. There's not enough compressed air. Something is, I don't know what is leaking. I think it's this fitting I had. That's weird. Anyways, it shouldn't make a difference. Let's go ahead and put this plastic in. As long as the valves are open. Oh, this valve is not. That's weird. Alright, I gotta get some more air. For some reason, this valve is not. good now. I don't know why it got stuck. Because some stuff got between it and needed a lot of extra air to force it open. Alright, guys. I have a view glass down here. I'm going to load the plastic in. You're going to see it fall. So look at the glass, not at me. You're going to see real plastic go in there. You see it? It's falling. It's raining plastic. It's raining tacos. Alright, there we have it. The rest of my bag full of microplastics. But these are not going to end up in your body. These microplastics are going to end up in your gas tank. Well, actually not. They won't be plastic anymore. They'll be returned into crude oil. But alright, so there's something else that we have to do. Okay? If this machine uses microwaves to turn plastic waste into fuel, okay? Follow me? If you put plastic in a microwave, nothing will happen to it because plastic has a low dielectric loss. What that means is plastic is microwave transparent. What does that mean? That means that microwaves do not heat up plastic. They go right through it like it's not there. We have to add what's called a microwave susceptor. And I use carbon because one of the products from this process is carbon. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of my carbon. We're going to put the carbon in there. Once again, you're going to see it fall down, okay? You're going to see it fall in the glass. Alright, look at the glass. As the carbon is going in. Dusty stuff. Ugh. Alright. So now there's plastic in the machine. You saw it go in. Carbon in the machine. You saw it go in. Now the plastic is pretty much primed. Thank you for the badge, Wukong. So all we have to do now is just there's blades on the inside of this machine that spin and agitate the plastic and carbon. We're going to turn them on so they mix together. By the way, everybody on Instagram, Facebook, you guys want the best live streaming quality? It's on YouTube. NatureJab is in the bio. Alright, we're going to turn on the blades. You won't be able to see it, but I'm going to turn them on. Let's close these valves first, actually. So, top valve, closed, bottom valve, closed. Alright, let's turn these blades on in reverse. Alright, that's it. Now, guys, the plastic is mixed with carbon. It's ready for microwaves to go in there and start to diddy the plastic up. Thank you for the super chat on YouTube. Let me see who Thursday, thank you for another super chat. Zachary, thank you for a super chat on YouTube. I'm sorry if I missed any cash apps, guys. I was not able to see. All right, so before we do the next step to turn this on, let me explain the second magnetron I mounted here. Because, okay, so this is a magnetron. This is a waveguide with a magnetron on it. What is that? Well, that is essentially the way that we get microwaves in this chamber. A magnetron is what is in every single microwave oven, and a magnetron is what creates the microwaves. Now, I took apart almost 20 microwave ovens and got tons of magnetrons out because this container is going to need 12 of them. I built a waveguide, mounted it to the chamber, have the magnetron on it, have all the circuitry and wiring done, so now we have 2 of them. So now, when I power this thing up, this is the equivalent of turning on 2 microwave ovens at the same time. Okay? So, just for reference to paint a picture, because we may not know how much power that is, right? Because most people, you only turn on 1. Imagine 2 out of 3 of my balls in your mouth at once, completely just off the rip. Like, I don't even give you a warning, right? Imagine how powerful that is. There might be some damage done, right? So anyways, with that being said, next step, okay? Now that you understand this, we have to get all the oxygen out, okay? And how do we do that? We get all the oxygen out. I use a vacuum, okay, to suck out all the oxygen. So I have a vacuum pump. It's actually just a compressor from an air conditioner, but it all works the same. And I have a vacuum gauge. So let's move over there and go ahead and get this thing under vacuum, because it's very important. If there's an oxygen present, you will be burning the plastic. This is not burning the plastic, because nothing can burn without oxygen. You see? So there's really nothing to see when I turn this vacuum pump on, to be honest with you. There's nothing to see. It's just a static. There's a sound it makes, and that's about it, to be honest. So, I mean, there's also a vacuum gauge that moves to let us know when we have sucked out enough air. But you won't really be able to see that on camera anyway, because it's so small. I had to move all of you guys right up on it, right? But this is very important. This is essential. We have to get this oxygen out. Here's the vacuum gauge. You might be able to see it move, you might not. Maybe you're not close enough. Maybe I can move you a little bit closer to see. It's gonna move barely, because we don't need to put this under any type of crazy vacuum. We just need to get the vacuum enough to suck out all the air. So, yeah, there you go. You see the gauge. You see the gauge. You'll see the needle. It'll move up a little bit. It'll move up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the pump and get this air sucked out of here. All right. All right, the vacuum's on. So we're looking for this needle to move up probably to about like right here. This is 5. So we want it about right there, and that'll let us know, like, pretty much guaranteed, like, there's no air in here. Now, if the needle doesn't move up, that means that I have a leak somewhere, which means I can't run it because we'll have a leak. But it is moving. I don't know if you can see it, but the needle is moving. Okay? It has moved from here to here. So it's almost at 5. It's almost at where we want it. It's about halfway. Honestly, even now it's fine. It's a vacuum now. It's definitely vacuumed out. Thank you for the badge, Beehive, on Instagram. Yeah, it's halfway there. The pump is doing okay. Still sucking out air. So we'll let it get to 5. It's like, why not, right? Stay safe. You guys on YouTube see that? It's kind of hard. even on Instagram, it's a hard angle to see. But the gauge is moving. It's just under where we want it. Almost there. All right, it's there. It's at 5 now. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the vacuum pump off. And we're gonna close these valves. And a good way to know, I mean, of course, the vacuum gauge is not going to lie to you, but maybe somehow it is lying today, right? How do we know that it's actually under vacuum, right? How can we know for fact? No, we're not being trolled by this gauge. I'm about to blow ourselves up. Look, you just open this a little bit, and you're going to hear it suck in. Now, I'm going to close it as soon as it sucks in, because we don't want to suck in too much air. But a little bit sucking in is okay for just a second. Just listen. All right, you heard that? That was air being sucked in. So actually, I'm going to turn it back on for a second just to kind of displace that. But that's proof that it's in a vacuum right now. So now that we got all the oxygen out, we're just going to turn it on. And when I turn it on, it's just going to be the sound of fans. That's all you guys are going to hear. All you're going to hear are fans, and there's not going to be anything to see. Not going to be anything to see for quite some time. I don't like this. Yeah, there really won't be anything to see for a little bit of time, because what's going to end up happening is the plastic is going to turn to a vapor. Right now we're at negative atmospheric pressure, right? The plastic is going to turn into a vapor, and eventually this needle gauge is going to start moving down, and we're not going to open this valve until that needle gauge is down. Otherwise, we're going to be sucking in air because it's negative pressure. So in short, we really are just going to be sitting here talking, waiting for this gauge to slowly move up. So in short, we completely sucked out all the air in this tank, and we're going to be replacing all the air that was in here with pyrolysis gas, or basically plastic fuel vapors. So now we're going to go ahead and turn it on. I always do a prayer before I turn it on, because you never know if you're about to be electrocuted or blown up or caught on fire or turned into, you know, for example, I used to look like Kurt Cobain, but now I look like this because I was shocked before. So, you know, always have a gratitude, a prayer of gratitude. All right, it's on. I don't lie, I get scared when the thing turns on, because I never know what's going to happen. It's my own device. What have I created? I'm scared of my own creation. But it's on now, guys. Like I said, we got to wait for this gauge. You can see that it's up. We got to wait for it to go pretty much to zero before we can see any vapors coming out. Otherwise, we're going to be sucking in air, and it will create a bomb. So no, we don't want... The Empire's podcast, thank you for the $1 on Cash App. He said, thanks for sharing and being on our platform. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Great talk there. And people love those clips. People love those clips. Guys, you want the best quality live stream, go to my YouTube channel. The quality is the best over there. You said blacker than Michael Blackson? Let me get my water bottle. I used to have one, but it got destroyed in the electrical fire I had. I used to have a microwave meter that let me know when the microwaves are on, because you don't want to touch them. Reno P, thank you for the $1 on Cash App. I appreciate you, Reno. He said, how old are you? I'm 20. You said you can see vapors in the glass. This is from last time. It's still a little bit foggy from last time. Or is it? Well, the vacuum gauge, is it going down? I think it's going down. I can't tell. It's going to be a second, because it's going to take a while for these things to really get hot like they need to. But in short, when this gauge, which is at 5 right now, goes down to 0, that let us know that this whole area is completely filled with plastic vapor, plastic crude oil vapors. Then we can open this valve, and you're going to see them come out. We also have the condenser on. Oh, I think the valve, the pressure gauge is going down. The vacuum gauge is going down, guys. Slowly. But the fact that it's going down is what we want to see. Because, yeah. You said imagine it explodes? Don't say that, please. Because I'm right next to it. Not only would I probably be destroyed, but my eardrums would be destroyed too. The gauge is definitely moving down. So let's not imagine it exploding, please. Listen, I'm staying calm because being scared is not going to help me at all. But internally I'm always a little bit scared. Thank you for the badge, Punk Aussie, on Instagram. 20, stay at it, man. Double check your welds. Oh, so I have checked my welds many times. Some people are like, why do they welds look like that? It looks so ugly. It's flux core. No matter what you do, flux core is always ugly. But the point is, we did so many welds. And I've tested every single one. Vacuum tight, airtight. Obviously, it's vacuum tight. So, they're good. The welds are good. Like this right here is, I think this is 5 welds. all the way around. And every single joint has just tons of welds, high heat. So, and we can see the penetration go all the way through on the inside of the tank. Flux core just is an ugly process, but I like to use it because it's cheap. Mila B, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. I appreciate you, Mila B. Everybody that's donating, appreciate you guys. The gauge is moving down. See, here's the thing, guys. When I used to not have this thing under vacuum, I used to kind of open up the valves to make sure, like, is it on, or the vapors being created. I can't do that now. If I open up the valve right now, we're gonna suck in air and it could blow up. So I literally have to wait, just like you guys have to wait until this thing is literally at 0. Because that means, essentially, what's happening is, pretend like the inside of this is nothing. There's no air, no oxygen. Well, that's literally what's happening. And the vapors from the plastic into fuel are filling in all that space. That's exactly what's happening. So until this reaches 0, there's going to be empty space, and air is going to want to fill in the empty space. If we open up this valve, air is going to mix with the flammable vapors. There's heat from the microwaves. Boom, explosion. I do have a pressure relief valve right there, but I don't rely on those things. You know what I'm saying? That's the last ditch effort. That's what those are. Those are if everything else fails, right? But you never... Zach, thank you for the $20 on Cash App. I appreciate you. You said you are an inspiration. Thank you. Look, I am on Rumble as well, guys. I am on Rumble. I gotta start uploading videos there again. Because YouTube removed the feature where it automatically uploads YouTube videos to Rumble. By the way, guys, you want the best quality live stream, head over to the YouTube channel, and that will be the best quality live stream right now. How are you cooling the vapor into liquid? With the condenser right here. That is water cooled right now. You said you need to work on engines. All your knowledge is the exact same for car. That's true. I do need to get more knowledgeable about engines and cars. I only know basics. Hey, but how is it, guys? How is it to be here? Because you guys been along as we've been building this thing, and now we're test running it live. How is it? It's got to be pretty cool. Let me make sure these microwaves are running. Yeah, it's cool. It must be pretty cool to, like, literally be a part of it as it's been building up. Oh, they're running all right. They're running, and I'll tell you guys how I can tell they're running without touching it or doing something stupid. So what you hear is a fan. A fan is blowing to cool the magnetrons. If that air coming off the fan is hot, that means that they're on. If that air is cool, that means they're off. So I literally just put my hand off of the air that was coming off and saying, is the air hot? Now I don't have to touch the tank. I don't have to touch the... I don't have to get my ear close. Just keep it smart. Keep it safe. You know, these reactors terrify me, okay? They terrify me. I'll keep it real. The vacuum gauge is moving down. It is moving slow. That means that we sucked this thing out. No diddy. Shows your character and your persistence and progress. Helped me get off weed and realize how much more potential I have in things. Wow, Yuki, that's amazing. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, I'm so glad that I can help inspire you. Like, truly, I can't even express what that means to me, because, like, that's what I'm trying to do above all else. I can build these things, right? But I'm a human. I only be here for so long. When I'm dead, it doesn't matter what I built. What matters is what you can, the legacy you leave, who you can inspire. Andrew Hunt, thank you for the $5. So trust me, like, I'm glad to see you here. I'm very grateful to have you and everybody else as a supporter, and I'm very glad that I can inspire people, because that's the true value in life. The vacuum gauge is moving down slower than I thought. You guys talking about Diddy. You said if you could get this scaled up, I bet the world powers would be arguing over who could clean up the plastics from the ocean. Of course, everything got to be a fight. We're gonna be going to war over who owns this quadrant of the ocean, because now the oceans are the next oil mines. The oceans are the next Middle East now. You said, I feel scared for you, but you inspired me to stay focused on my journey. Well, thank you guys so much, truly. You said, yeah, man, I've always been curious about your progress since basically almost the beginning. Oh, man, look, as I myself, you know, I know it has to be crazy for you, because a lot of people on the social media have just been here since I started construction of this, but they haven't been here since my first ever reactor I posted online, but you have. Oh, there was enough plastic in there. I loaded some in, but there was already a lot in there from yesterday. So I think, you know, this is actually my first time running under vacuum, guys. Every time before this, I pushed out all the oxygen with argon. I didn't suck it out. So I don't know how it's supposed to behave. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long it's supposed to take. The gauge is moving down, but like I said, it's moving slow, and until that thing is at absolute zero, I'm not opening this. Because I'm not about to have air get sucked in. Figure that out the hard way. In fact, I can't even open anything safely, except for the vacuum pump itself. That's the only thing I could possibly open, but I'm not doing that, because I'm just gonna wait. You remember my first reactor, John Thomas? Wow, man. Yeah, because you know what? I didn't even expect that, John Thomas. But I just started posting on Facebook recently. Like, I've been posting on the other platforms for over a year or so. But Facebook has just been a few months. So, John Thomas, that's crazy, man, that you remember my first reactor. I mean, you guys remember my first reactor was like literally the size of a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot, pretty much. We got two magnetrons going on, Benjamin. We got two. You know, Mr. Brown, sometimes I have the urge to feel that the person that I was when I was high. It's my comfort zone, but I understand why I stopped, even though it's through temptations. Exactly. And you know what? Sometimes, you know, people think like you master something and you have no temptations. But actually, temptations are a test to see if you truly mastered not divulging into something. Streets no promo. Thank you for the badge on Instagram. You're a real one. You're always supporting with the badges. So at the end of the day, that's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. When it comes to anything, because we all have things that we're tempted by. It's not about not having temptations, but it's about having the willpower and just the mindset to know it's just temporary. I'm going to be better off without it. We're almost at zero. We're about 1/4 to zero, guys. It should be getting quicker and quicker because it's getting hotter and hotter in there. In fact, let me check on the microwave transformers and the magnetrons to make sure everything's okay. Yep, everything's good. Everything is good. I'm nervous because I never did a vacuum before. And I always told people the reason why I don't do a vacuum is because negative pressure will suck in air if I have leaks. But I've tested this thing, I've vacuum tested it, pressure tested it, and it's held up well. You know, especially when you have so many welds, like every single pipe coming off, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many ways where it could suck in air. It's kind of scary, but you know, fortunately there are no leaks. We did the test. We're good. The gauges don't lie to you. We're almost there. We're almost at zero. You're doing it under vacuum. How does the plasma react in a vacuum? Does it simply stay in state until... I don't know, because I've never done this under vacuum. Oh yeah, hooking up more magnetrons. I always told all you guys, once we get 3, we're going to start to really speed this thing up. Once we get to 3 magnetrons. After so many runs, would you start repairing welds? No. The welds completely penetrate, meaning they come through on the other side, and then they have all the thickness on the top side too. If I got to the point where I had to repair welds, I mean, I might as well rebuild a whole machine at that point, because, I mean, yikes. You know, that means that the rest of the metal has to be rusting through. You said the glass is white. Can you guys on YouTube see the glass? But the glass has kind of always been a little bit foggy, though. I don't know. So yeah, this is my first time ever running it under vacuum, technically speaking, running it under vacuum will make the heat go further, which will improve efficiency. Also, running it under high pressure will. Now, personally, running it under vacuum is safer than running it under high pressure, because running it under vacuum, you know, worst come to worst, it's negative pressure, meaning it can't blow up, it can implode, right? That's not gonna happen. It's some crazy pressures to make this implode, right? But high pressure can explode, right? Now, vacuum can explode too if you have a leak, and that leak sucks in a ton of air. Air mixes with the hot vapors in here. The magnetrons obviously cause the spark. Boom, right? But in theory, it may not be all that big of an explosion since it's already under negative pressure. It might be something, just a pressure release valve comes off. We don't know. I got a pressure relief valve. I do not have a vacuum relief valve. BRB, I'm gonna go buy some key lime pie and eat something sweet. All right, see you, Yuki. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by for history. Hey, honestly, this is the most consistent amount of people on the Instagram in a second. Usually Instagram fluctuates a lot, but we got like 200 people in here. Steady. So thank you guys. By the way, guys, Instagram, Facebook, you want the best quality live streaming, go to the YouTube. It's the best quality on YouTube. The neighbors are chill, guys. The neighbors are chill. All right, we're almost at 0. Still taking its time. God coming, she just taking her time. What does Osha have to say about this? Supreme 2 sent me some Bitcoin. Not able to join live stream. Good live, brother. Hey, thank you, Supreme 2. I know you're not in here. You're not able to join, but thank you for the donation, man. Truly. You know, if you are in here somehow, I'm live on 3 things: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So you can go somewhere. Hopefully, you'll be able to join somewhere. So you feel blessed witness? Well, thank you. I'm so happy to bring everybody along for it. I've been doing it alone for years, you know, like my first test runs, but it's cool to have a lot of people here. It's cool, and then to have it documented forever in the ethersphere of the internet. This makes you extremely motivated. Look, that's all I want beyond all those, because I'm like, okay, yes, I'm 20, yes, I did this in my backyard, limited resources, but what can you do, though? If I did all that, what can you do? You could do even more than me. Nug, thank you for the badge on Instagram. A vacuum breaker. Okay, yeah. Why would I need that, though? Why would you need a vacuum breaker? Because there's no way my vacuum could implode this. So what would a vacuum breaker even do? All right, we're almost at 0. It's a quarter there now. You said there should be like 200,000 people. It will be. There will be. Trust. Well, look, and the funny part is going to be that we're not going to have like 20,000 people in here live until after this machine is built, until after it's produced a ton of fuel, until after all this process, right? So those people are going to be new, and they're going to be in here and like be like, you know, they're not like the OGs like you guys. If you're in here right now, you are an OG because you were witnessing the process being built, the test runs, the scariness, you know. I can't tell. The glass looks just as foggy to me, but I'm gonna stand up and see. So you guys are the OGs, because I promise you, we have like so many people in here. The live chats are just like, brrr. It's just gonna be you know, people coming after the fact, after I ran a jet off of the reactor, right? You said it till after TED Talk. It definitely is getting foggy. I can't tell if it was foggy before, but nonetheless, the pressure gauge is going down. It is getting foggy. Magnetrons are on. The machine itself is starting to warm up. I get scared touching it, even though logically, if I'm touching this metal, which is connected to the body of this, if this thing was electrified, touching any of this would shock me. But it's just because this is so close to those transformers, I get scared. But I can touch it. And make sure we got heat. Oh yeah, we got heat. We got some heat. It is taking its time. It's not all that hot. I can see why this vacuum gauge is taking some time. a ground rod, I got the whole thing grounded. In fact, it's double grounded. Every single circuit, I have the ground going to it. Because I ain't playing with y'all. So, I mean, the fact that I can touch this, and I'm not getting shocked right now, I'm not just, means I can touch anywhere else and I'm fine. This is amazing, but after you completely get this done and producing a sellable amount of fuel, how will you get through the government? Well, the ultimate truth is, right, when it comes to anything like this, in order to appeal to governments, you know, it is political, truly, at the end of the day, right? But that's kind of what I'm doing now, because think about it. Politics or people. Right now, we have so many people that are seeing this process, seeing it happen, excited for it, that by the time we get to that point, it's going to be like, you know, I'm educating people for this reason. You understand how it works, you understand why it works, you see the potential. So by the time we get to that point, it's going to be pretty easy to get the bills passed and stuff to get this out there, because all the people want it, right? There's not going to be any, like, why aren't nuclear reactors where they need to be? Because people don't want nuclear reactors. Even though nuclear reactors are the best form of energy we have currently, right? People don't want it. So even though they're the best thing, it won't happen, okay? People rather have natural or gas or coal fire plants. Coal fire plants are the worst thing, yet people rather have those than nuclear reactors, so we have those instead. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing here. We get this thing, we get this right in the minds of the people. Because I promise you, there's been pyrolysis done before. I did not invent pyrolysis. I did not invent microwave pyrolysis. But I had not seen anybody out on the internet talking about it like this. Anybody educating people about it like this. Because the word pyrolysis sounds like some alien crap from Krypton to people that don't know what's up. Pyro what? Sounds like you're talking Diddy language, right? What is pyrolysis? Now you know what pyrolysis is. And that's the whole point, we educate. Because once you learn, you never unlearn. So it doesn't matter what happens to me. People want to say, what happens if they get you? What happens if you get in a car crash that wasn't an accident? Okay? Too many people know now. We got, look, and plus, on top of that, let's be real, if something happened to me, you know it'd be a martyr. You know it'd be a martyr situation. We already got people now building these reactors. So if something happened to me, it'd go crazy, right? See, why didn't my pressure relief valve go off? I'll tell you guys what happened. The gasket on my waveguide popped. The vacuum port was saying that we still had some, it was still under vacuum. But it wasn't under vacuum anymore. It was starting to build up a ton of pressure in here. I had all these valves closed. So it was just building up pressure, building up, blew. Now it didn't explode, but the gasket blew, which is scary. I don't know why my vacuum port would say that it's still under vacuum if it isn't. Because for that thing to have that pressure release like that, to be loud like that, this thing was under pressure. So I don't understand why my vacuum gauge said it wasn't under pressure. That doesn't make sense to me, but right now I'm sucking out all of the gas in here to make sure that we're not gonna have any explosions happen. This thing is hot, flammable vapors, oxygen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got a pressure relief valve right here. Oh, I think it's set too much. It was set to 30 PSI. When that thing went off, it probably was like 10 PSI. Oh, damn it. I guess we're not going to get any fuel today. I don't know if the gauge is faulty, but this is a vacuum gauge. It's not a pressure gauge, so I don't know what happened there. Like I said, I didn't want to risk opening one of these even for a second for it to suck in air. So I was like, I'm just going to leave it closed. But that's a double-edged sword, because if I leave it closed, and that, right? Let's see if any fuel came from this, if any fuel at all. Right? Let's see if we get even a drop. All right, let's see. You guys see the glass? Let's see if we get a drop of fuel at all. Maybe, right? Nope, not even a drop. If I had opened up this port up here and let these gases out, that would not have happened. So, you know, like I said, that was my first time running it off under vacuum ever. Thank you for the stars, Deontay. That was my first time running it under vacuum, so I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Like I said, I was relying on the vacuum gauge to keep it real with me, but it didn't. Hey, but look, at least there's a few things that will explode before the machine itself explodes, right? Because if the machine exploded, I wouldn't be here right now. Still scary, though. Yeah, exactly. Definitely not a failure. We like to see these types of things because then we know the weak points. We know, like, how much pressure can it hold before that happens. You know what I'm saying? We know. Don't trust this motherfucker to tell you when it's under vacuum or not, because clearly it's not going to tell you, and clearly you're going to get messed up. That could have been a lot worse, guys. Let me tell you why. Well, actually, no. Because when that thing pushed out like that, okay? When it did that, it was under pressure. It wasn't under vacuum anymore. So, because if it was vacuum, we would have heard it sucking in, it would have been a giant suck out. So, obviously, since it was not under vacuum, there was no way that it was going to suck in oxygen and explode. Because it just pushed out a whole bunch of natural gas. It didn't suck in oxygen and mix with it and explode. So, what I'm going to do, see, here's the funny thing, guys. I have a pressure gauge. This is a vacuum gauge. I have a pressure gauge just like this. That would have let us know if it was building up like that. That's the stupidest part. But I lost it today. That's the funny part. I have one just like this for pressure. I lost it today. And if I had it, we would have seen the pressure rising and be like, oh shit, open this valve, duh. Because we're not trying to operate, we're not trying to do hydrolysis here. So I gotta find my other pressure gauge, because I can, swap this out, the pressure relief valve, put this somewhere else, and then put that pressure gauge right here. So that doesn't happen. That's why it's important. That's why we do these test runs, guys. That's why I say it's a test run. Because you see, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, all that plastic natural gas just got pushed into the air. I hate that happens, but unfortunately, there was really no other way about it. And unfortunately, I cannot get another gasket on this machine today because it's too hot to do it. And on top of that, it takes hours to set. Thank you for the stars, Deontay. I appreciate you. That's the last of my stars. I appreciate you, Deontay. I'm good. I can take this off. I just don't like that stuff getting in my hair, you know what I'm saying? Get my hair smelling like a barbecue. The vacuum made it too efficient. Look, when that happened, this thing still was a little bit above zero. It was a quarter. So that's why I was confused. I didn't even think that was in the realm of possibilities. I didn't think that was even possible. Like, how the heck can this thing possibly explode like that? Or it wasn't an explosion, it was a depressurization. How can it depressurize if it's in negative pressure? I don't know. Hey, at least we got it on camera, though. That's the first ever fail I've ever had on camera. Do you guys see it? Did you see when the fume starts spewing out? Because every time I've had explosions and fires before, I've never caught it happening on camera. I've only caught the aftermath. Yeah, I lost the natural gas. I lost the plastic vapors. It went into the air. So I hate to say that, but it is what it is. That's what happened. You guys saw it? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna post this live stream on Instagram for sure. Post the reactor exploded. Get some clickbait, right? Yeah, definitely gonna have some replays of that for sure. And we got it on YouTube too. Yeah. Well, darn it. It's all right though. It's all right. It's all a part of the process. Every single reactor I've had has had that happen when I'm tuning it to figure out. And as we add more and more power, that only becomes more and more difficult to prevent while you're in the stage of like figuring out the reactor, how it works, like figuring out when to open this valve, you know, when you're doing the vacuum. So, you know, that's why I also do my own test runs just by myself. But I probably, it's like, why not live stream when I do it? So now if I do blow up, at least we'll be on camera, right? 99, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Nothing yet. I appreciate you. Does the 10 pound side affect it? No, not at all. That was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, that goes to mention, you know, there are different gaskets for every single thing on this reactor. There's a different gasket on the manway than these pipes. There's different gaskets on the microwave mounts, different gaskets on the shaft sill. A lot of different gaskets. And with every different gasket, you know, there's a chance of that happening. But it's not bad. Like I said, when that thing blew, you could hear the pressure, meaning that they did their job. They held up to the pressure. They just popped at some point. They're not meant to go off that high. This is not meant to be under pressure. I didn't design it to be under pressure. Because even though my welds are fine, the welds don't mean anything if the gaskets can't hold up to the pressure, right? Thank you for the badge, EQ2K24 on Instagram. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, yeah, I gotta get these other gaskets on here. So that way they can sit overnight, because they take a while. It's RTV silicone, so it takes some time. But thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Thank you all for the donations, to sending money to your Cash App. Hope it helps. Thank you so much. No limit. Only had a break for 30 minutes. Enjoy watching though. Please be careful. But yeah, I'm about to get off the live stream anyway. After that, unfortunately, I wanted to get some fuel today, but that's not happening. But it's all right. At least we had a show. So, I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5, John, on Cash App. Money Maximilian, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, we definitely got to do the tuning. I might need a new I might need a new vacuum gauge. Might need a new pressure relief valve. Maybe it literally was 5 psi. Maybe it wasn't even like, because the lowest this pressure relief valve goes is 10. I had it at 30, which is way too high. That obviously was not 30 pounds going on. Right. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time I go live. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'm glad I'm safe. That's why, hey, didn't I say at the beginning of the stream, I do a prayer every time before I turn this on. For this reason. You got your pie and tiramisu? That's what's up. I tell you guys that. There's too many risks. Electrocution, fire, explosion. I do a prayer every time I turn this on, because I never know what the heck is going to actually happen. All right? So, I hope you guys pray for me too when I turn this on. But I'll see you guys next time I go live. Thank you very much for all your donations. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to get this thing going. We're going to make some fuels next time. So, see you guys. And hopefully soon we'll have 3 magnetrons as well. But we got to master 2 first. Got to have 2 not explode first, all right?